Welcome everybody to Adrift in Aldhalor, our D&D actual play show set in our homebrew world of Ardoon. Welcome to Paradice. Our music is licensed through musicbed.com, and occasionally, not really on this show, we use TabletopAudio and Syrinscape. I'm going to bring Shannon in now, who looks so interested.
I
know.
I was doing our going live posts and making sure that they posted, which they did. And
did you use the new thing?
That are already, I did.
Nice.
It's wonderful. They don't have a Discord one, but I hope they will soon. So I have to do Discord soon. Let me just hit record on Audacity.
As should I.
All right. What's up, party people? Welcome to Paradice and to Wednesday night, or whenever you're watching this. We've got some shit to deal with tonight, and it's going to be great. But before that, I'm going to tell you about our partners, starting with Underground Oracle Publishing. They are a TTRPG publisher creating new worlds in the Cypher system and beyond. Their current focus is Foxfire, a science fiction TTRPG with a strong emphasis on high adventure and fun, full-throttle action where you play as anthropomorphic animals who left Earth behind long ago to take their place among the stars. For as little as $3, you can become a member through their website and gain early access to this developing TTRPG and each of the other worlds that they create. They also have just released Harrow the Blighted Plain, which we've talked about before, so go check that out as well. Next, we have Eddie Yorke, our character artist. You will see all of our characters' portraits on the screen in a few moments. He's an illustrator based in the UK who makes art for games and books. To visit his portfolio and get in contact with him, visit eyorke.com. And last but not least, we have 1985 Games. They create affordable, accessible, high-quality accessories for D&D and other TTRPGs. Throughout this wonderful campaign, of which there are now 118 episodes. What? Sean has used their NPC cards to make real fun characters for us to interact with and help develop the story. So if you would like to purchase those or any of their other amazing products, use the code paradiceprod for 10% off your entire order. That does it for our partners. VODs is going to be a 2026 goal. Sorry about it. In the meantime, join us on Bluesky, Twitch, X, YouTube, Discord, Instagram, TikTok, all the places. We'd love to have you. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Having all the VODs up in 2026 would be a nice clean cut for us. So maybe we should, after the new year, finally get together.
That would be wonderful.
Let's do it.
There are people who are waiting. There's people who are waiting and have been waiting for months.
Yep, we'll do
months.
it.
Oh, I thought you were doing a cheers.
No,
could do that too.
The most powerful of promises.
No,
Clayton.
Clayton's not. He doesn't want to join in the merriment.
What? I missed it.
You're not a part of it anymore, Clayton.
Yeah. Not an alcoholic like the rest of us.
Excuse me, I'm drinking water.
Yeah, that's what you want them
sure,
to
Shannon.
That's what's in there. It's water.
Okay, sure.
Maybe this isn't my
Mixed with
fault.
what,
Maybe
vodka?
you guys were just late to the call. I mean...
Anyway, let's recap.
Don't tell me what to do.
They're so rebellious, this group.
That's my job.
Rawr. Rawr.
Last we left off. That's the face Jacquet made when he was given that healing potion and came back from death saves. Last we left off, the party had defeated the avatar of Enkronosh that had possessed the body of Mr. Greaves, the leader of the criminal syndicate. But they still needed to escape, and they did so through a lot of hardship. It took them a while to get out of the syndicate base. They were being attacked by imps, and there was darkness and the writhing roots of the Tree of the Void. And they needed to escape because this entire demi-plane is collapsing. Through that hardship, they were able to make it back out to the courtyard to join up with Balfour and some of the other followers of the party who defended their exit path. The party retreated. In the meantime, Bruce stayed behind to make sure that every single part of the demi-plane left this realm of existence, and nothing of Enkronosh remained afterwards. As they escaped, the entire demi-plane collapsed in on itself and sheared away the entirety of the Widow's Ward, taking everything with it to the void. As far as the party knows, Bruce did not make it out. Above table, we know that Bruce had enough time, just enough time, to cast a teleportation circle spell to get out while he was being protected by his wall of force. Upon escaping this fate and seeing the destroyed Widow's Ward, the party followed Sal, carrying what remained of Septimus, who died in the fight, his cloak and all of his mechanical parts, because he was killed by Jacquette, possessed by Enkronosh, or puppeted, not really possessed. And he killed him with the Baleful Talon, which critted and destroyed his body, turned it to ash, making it unresurrectable unless via the Wish or True Resurrection spell. They got to the temple where they found that Hal had stayed behind, praying to Machina. Upon seeing what remained of Septimus, Hal became emotional and began praying. It was here that Fyrn stepped up to give a eulogy for Septimus, with Saskia giving kind words of what he could have been and how missed he'll be. Jacquette, in his words of remembrance, decided to focus on potential. Whispers of the wish spell and ways that they can bring Septimus back, and that they should not give up on their friend. The party, at first reluctant, agreed that this is something that they should do. Hal began praying to Machina, and you all saw the remains of Septimus twitching as his mechanical parts floated into the air in the positioning they would be if he was standing above you all. And as it looked as though his remains were being electrocuted, they all disintegrated into little blue lights like ash in the wind. And we saw Septimus in his afterlife, in a heap of machine corpses, in a void, a chamber. He dug himself out and found the glittering light that is this spirit of Machina that he believes in. And he questioned why he was not unified with it. Why has his great unity not happened? And the spirit essentially told him that they were imprisoned there, but that through Septimus, the spirit can bring about this great unity. In this twisted machine voice filled with anger and pain. But before Septimus's body could float and join that light, he sank back down several layers into the heap, into a pocket where he saw bright red eyes glowing in the shadows. And limping, clearly wounded from those shadows, was Ro, who offered him a deal. He said, "Seize your destiny and float above, or create your own destiny through me." He tossed him a scroll and disappeared into the shadows, and Septimus was left to read the scroll and make his decision on what to do. Now, where we'll jump in first is briefly with Septimus, and then jump back to the party in the temple after this has happened. Septimus. Ro has vanished, and you lay in this heap. You unfurl the scroll and read it quickly. It's a short deal, straightforward, very undevilish in that way. Being distrustful of devils, you maybe are surprised. But what has been outlined is clear. How it would benefit you and how it would benefit Ro. I'm not going to read what it says for a little tension. But you look up and see the light sort of getting brighter through the cracks of the detritus. You don't have to make a decision right now. But what is Septimus thinking and doing?
It's a question that I meant to ask last time. It's like, how does Septimus... I know he's kind of like fully in this automaton... Not automaton, but mechanical state. Like, how does he feel? Like, what is, I guess... Sensation is the wrong word, but like, is it more or less the same of kind of like being human? Does he feel...
Yeah.
Like, I know that that he spoke to this entity, but does he feel a connection with it? Something that I guess that's the main thing too, is that like his expectation is like a chorus essentially of
Yeah.
You know, like the knowledge of the universe coming into him. If he's hearing nothing, which is probably the case,
let me clarify the full sensation of it. So in just a material sense, I described it briefly previous, but there is a dullness to what you are used to as human experiences. Like it like feels weird to not have to breathe. You instinctually try to, but it's not even like there's like synthetic like lungs in your body. Nothing happens when you try to breathe. And almost for a second you think you're suffocating, but nothing happens. Your touch sensation, even unfurling the scroll, touching the things around you, is dulled as well. As if as if there's a light sort of numbing effect. And you do feel a connection to the light, but it's not what you were expecting. And perhaps that's because Machina hasn't integrated you yet into its allness. It's not necessarily mean that there isn't some chorus of knowledge that could be up there, but it is still left to faith in this way, where Machina has not like granted you greater knowledge yet. But you feel a like tether to this, like a confirmation, I would say. The most you get is a confirmation that this is what you've been praying to.
I see.
And the only other sensation I'll say is that you feel like time is passing strangely for you. Like you find yourself like staring at the scroll, and then like you don't really know how much time has passed after reading it. There's a slight untethering from time that's happening to you. Which might explain to you how some of these machina can just like sit and get covered in moss and then eventually just stand up.
Right. Getting back to the scroll, whatever, after reading it, kind of like initially annoyed that Ro, in this moment that he's been kind of aspiring to, this meeting with Machina and actual communing and seeing firsthand, it's like he's like irritated and he like throws it aside. And he'll start to like climb back up if he can towards the light to confront this being who's saying that he's going to use him, like in a inquisitive manner, because he doesn't understand. This is not the afterlife that he thought would be waiting for him. He thought more unity, like collectiveness. This is like discordant and empty.
So yeah, you can easily enough start to climb up. Scroll still in your hand as you pull through this detritus. And eventually now you pull yourself up and you're standing above, looking at this form that is still sort of like this collective of light that is all kind of compressing with these staggering sounds of grinding metal, and like all that grinding is too fast also, so it's almost creating this percussive sharpness. And you stand before it now, looking up, sort of that shimmering light painting almost like fireworks across your face.
Mm-hmm. He'll look up to it and he say, "You say you want to use me. Tell me exactly how you wish to do that. What is me that makes it so special as a vessel? This prison you say that we're located in, is this not just a failure for you to contain Lacuna, who's been out there this whole time?" And sort of like in Septimus's mind, he's kind of, his understanding of it is sort of that Lacuna is kind of the foe here, because he sees it as this emptiness, this void of thought and consumption of like knowledge and stuff, that he's essentially not one, but like pretty much one, seeing this entity in such a broken, fragmented state.
So at the charge of Machina failing to contain Lacuna, and this being the reasoning, and why, and why am I important? It would speak.
Seventh Son. Lacuna is your destiny. Through you, we and Lacuna will be free.
And it's here that is the first like connection between you and Machina. A tether of light just shimmers down and shines directly in your eyes, and your eyes glaze over for a moment. You kind of like lift up for a second.
You said between me and Lacuna?
He says, yeah, he said, Lacuna is your destiny. Through you, we, as in Machina and you, and Lacuna, will be free. And there is some information dumped into your brain in this moment. It's really hard to understand, though. It's flashes of images. Flashes of images of you in this form, with your staff wandering the streets of Hyven. There's images of the red eyes of Lacuna, and images of Modron, images of massive gears twisting in the ethereal sea. And then there's sort of like this rapid, like, scenes of destruction as you see almost two versions of yourself. One wandering the streets, sort of priestly, but made of machine. And then one where you're wandering the streets, but you are covered in armor. And the one where you're covered in armor, you can see like your hand just kind of goes up, and you can see a whole building disintegrates into a red light. And everyone inside of it also, like, you can see their bodies convulse and they also disintegrate, but their voices kind of cry out in this machine-like way. And then the scene where you're Priestly, your hands is going over the heads of, like, begging for mercy. And the blue light from your hand kind of encompasses them, and then when it comes out, they are themselves made, reborn through machine. There's this sort of duality that then, like, the last image is just each superimposed over each other, where you have this face of machine parts, but then also there's this armored face with red eyes superimposed over it.
Lacuna is your destiny.
Lacuna is your destiny.
Yeah. Kind of like struggling, being lifted by the light. No. That doesn't make any sense.
Sense
You
has
must-
little to do with your Alma soul.
What has little to do with my almost soul?
Sense.
Oh, sense. But sense is understanding and all this. This is not what we are. The heart of it. Lacuna's a corruption. I've seen it. You yourself must have been corrupted as well from him. And like, as he's kind of saying this, he does actually believe it. Like, he's trying to like have a connection and tether to this being to like try to push through and see if like if he can sense that, or like try to maybe integrate it in a way where like he feels, I guess, trying to like battle it essentially as far as like for control as much as he can.
This is the point when,
or I guess it's like he's trying to impose his will on this thing
Yes.
now. Septimus can't accept that Lacuna is this player in this greater thing, and he's thinking that something is wrong, and now he's just trying to enforce his will.
yeah, give me a wisdom, just a straight wisdom roll.
Septimus. Oh, he's unassigned. That's why.
Oh, that's right, because just roll a d20.
Yeah. You said wisdom saving throw?
Nope, just a regular wisdom roll.
Oh, just a regular wisdom roll? Dirty 20.
Ooh. You do enter a mental battle with the will of Machina. And you feel as though you're winning. But of course, your will grew from it.
Mm-hmm.
So it ultimately will win, but you do learn from this. First, you learn of how Machina was born. A combination of collective fear and ancient pre-Morseer civilization. You know, the Kieran Dominion attempting to win and conquer the world and fight demonic hordes through machine, through the built, an attempt to create life from machine. They did not know what they built. And at first it was not Machina. Just a means, a tool to control the built. But over years of isolation upon the defeat of the Kieran Dominion, the fears of Alma, fearing the machine, this belief began to spark thoughts where there weren't before. And then anger, pure rage towards Alma. And from this tether, besides learning this vague origin, the purest thing you learn is that there is no corruption. There is no corruption. Only discovery. In a singular will. And as you discover this, Machina takes advantage of maybe the confusion, and you find your whole body is tethered to these pillars of light. And it lifts you in the air, and your eyes glaze back, and more knowledge is forced into your mind. And then you're released. And you're standing there. And perhaps you, Septimus, are making your choice in this moment. What all Machina says to you as you start to make this choice.
All that Machina says is what?
Time. You will understand and embrace your destiny.
And in this moment, you have a choice to make.
After all that revelation, Septimus kind of falls to his knees. And he just exclaims to himself, "Am I just a fool? Shut up." I don't even know. What was this even for then? As he just thinks throughout his entire life of believing in one thing, having a family, a community, losing all that, losing that faith, forsaking it, finding this new home in something he truly believed in as a way to kind of compensate for his loss. And finding out that the truth of it is not at all what he envisioned. He just kind of just sits there broken a little bit. As he just looks down and closes his eyes.
That's where we'll cut away from that. turn to the temple. You all just watched Septimus's parts disintegrate into this blue light that is now sort of raining down on you all. Hal looks just as surprised as you all.
Fyrn is gonna go up to Sal and just put like a hand on his shoulder and just say, "Is there anything I can do for you? Do you know what's happening?"
You direct that to Sal.
Yes.
Yes. Sal just turns and he kind of makes a gesture that no, he doesn't. But maybe just a sense of peace is there because he sees it as him moving on. And so just kind of go up to just one of the first pews and just sit down, having his internal thoughts. Because really, Sal's entire recent history has only been around Septimus and being with him. He's kind of lost. He's lost his purpose. So I think he's just sitting there kind of ruminating on those thoughts of maybe what to do next.
Fyrn kind of looks at him and understands this, like thinking that Sal probably just needs his time to, process whatever that may mean. And
You're a robot.
he's gonna just nod his head and look towards the others and just say, "We still need to, I don't know. Well, Bruce is still MIA. What do you all want to do now?"
We could go to the academy, check with Sigil there, see if Bruce might have returned. Or we can get some sleep.
I'd like to know if Bruce is back before we rest. I don't know if I can. Hang on.
I mean, Balfour will probably get there before us.
I could scry on him and see what I see, and so we can go right to sleep. I need to know so I can rest.
I mean,
Yeah, that works.
If you have enough magic, sure.
I have a little left. So I would like to scry on Bruce. Please.
Yes. We'll just give you a quick image since Alex will be joining us at the break. He is alive.
Okay. I imagine
You can see
when
Sigil
Sass-
is like forcing him to rest.
I imagine that when Sass scries, her eyes maybe they glaze over and kind of looks like, I imagine it used to be like, actually no, I didn't. Did I have this? I had it before, yeah. Used to be like a greenish that would go in her eyes. Now it's like kind of like a red, fiendish energy. And as she's looking, her face is kind of stoic, and then she smiles and lets out a really big sigh. He made it. He's with Sigil. He's there. He's there.
It's good news.
Where are we? Are we going our separate ways to rest? Where do you want to rest?
I'm going back to my tavern, back to my bed. Welcome to stay in one of the spare rooms. But I need a good long sleep.
I think I'll go back to my ship. Yeah.
Fyrn looks to the other two, and he says, I would go back to my fort, but I think, Sal might need somebody. I may stay a night here in the temple. Just to keep an eye on things.
Do we want to meet at Jaquet's Tavern in the morning? Or somewhere else?
I don't know that there'll be any services. Hopefully Crompy made it out with the rest of the crew, though Reardon should be there. And some of my spies.
Yeah, we'll say Reardon went with your followers when you guys split up.
But you're always welcome there. We can regroup with Bruce, hopefully figure out where to go from here.
Well, I don't quite remember the timeline, but I did tell Seppi and Gusto to rally the dock workers to come to your tavern, and I don't remember if that was tonight or if that was tomorrow. Should I have them?
I don't think anyone's doing anything in this city for a few days.
Yeah. Okay. All right, I won't worry about it then.
Out in like a refugee camp, there's some dock workers will be like, is the party still happening? Should we go see if the party's happening? Yeah, another one's like, did you not just see half the city get wiped off the face of the earth?
Yeah, but the gloveless cat is definitely still there, man. So like,
Yeah,
party's
I heard
on.
it's gonna be a vibe tonight.
It's gonna be drinking, but it'll be sad drinking, so
Yeah.
I'll finally fit in.
Oh god, that's sad.
It's a vibe.
It is certainly a vibe.
Mike and Sean of Hyven will be there for sure.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah, slurping on noodles.
Did
Not
Michael
Michael
Udon
Udon.
make it out?
Actually, fine.
Michael
You know what?
Udon.
Michael Udon died. No, Michael Udon.
No!
It means
I'll say
Mike can
Michael
never
Udon
never slurp noodles on stream again.
Your noodle slurping days are done.
Until Michael Udon comes back.
Resurrected with a wish spell. We get
Yeah.
the chance to do a wish spell, and Jacquet's like, "Bring back Michael Udon."
Actually,
And it's
You all
like,
just hear like slurping that sounds like it's coming from the heavens.
scratch that. Michael Udon was one of the many personalities of the shapeshifter, Mr. Green. So
No!
That's actually, I want that. I'm about ready to make that canon. That Michael Udon was Mr. Greaves spying on you guys.
Incredible.
Yeah, Michael Udon was just like Mr. Greaves' personality when he just wanted to be a guy. You know, he just wanted to go get some noodles, relax.
yeah.
But then Iron and Mana kept
just
showing up.
some guy.
Seriously, though, Fyrn is gonna look back at you two and say, tomorrow there will be a lot of work to get done. I'm gonna need to speak to the guard captains and our adventurers, and do what we can for recovery. I will meet shortly with you, of course, but we need to. There's a lot to be done. We need to quarantine out the area. You know, do repairs where we can. check on loved ones, take a count of casualties.
Fyrn, I'm going to be very honest with you. I haven't heard a word that you just said.
Right. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. And
Okay.
I trudge off towards my ship.
Yep. Everyone can go to where they respectively said that they will be resting. It's still eerie in the city as it is empty, other than maybe a few people who stayed behind, who are all like wandering shiftlessly, like they don't know what to do. Like you see like an old man or an old woman who's just like holding on to a broken 2x4 of her shop that is like in somewhat disrepair, and just like doesn't know what to do. People are all collectively in some kind of traumatic shock. But you find your beds, or a bed that's available to you. And I imagine for all of you, the second you put your head to the pillow, you're just out. No level of trauma can overcome the sheer exhaustion of your bodies right now.
But there is a level of experience, right?
I already said last week you guys are gonna level up.
Ooh, that's right.
You all sleep an extra 4 hours, and that extra 4 hours just really makes you stronger. You learn new things. You're a little better than you were the day before, because you can all level up. Sass, do you want to roll your HP?
I do. I'm getting a D8 right now. Seven.
Nice.
I didn't plan this at all. No idea what I'm doing.
The man fishing for the level up that I already said you get. It's like, I don't know what to do.
Ben didn't do his homework.
Many weeks ago, months ago. I probably wrote it down somewhere and just completely forgot.
Oh, you have an ability score.
Yeah, that's the hard part because I'm probably taking a feat.
I get to. Oh, this is cool. I get something called Hurl Through Hell. Or once per turn, when you hit a creature with an attack roll, you can try to instantly transport the target through the lower planes.
It's pretty sick.
fucking
Oh,
awesome.
okay.
Oh, they take
Tick.
8d10 psychic damage if they aren't a fiend. That's pretty sick.
Once per turn
Once per
with
turn.
6 chances using Eldritch Strike or Blast.
And it hurtles through a nightmare landscape.
Honestly,
cool.
that's my life.
Oh, God.
And you can restore uses of it by using spell slots.
Can I?
Yeah.
And you can restore spell
it says,
slots
yeah.
by short resting.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
It's pretty good.
So does that mean it's once per turn once per turn? So, but it says once you use the feature, you can't use it again. So is it like I get to use it during combat and then it's done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you can use spell slots to use it when it's not
Right.
on its cooldown.
Very cool.
The feat I want is only con or strength, but both are maxed out for me.
Ooh.
All right.
Oh, do I get more spells?
Damn, I'm gonna forget that every single time.
What?
Trying to remember.
No, I don't.
Improve blessed strikes for cleric.
Oh, do you deal more damage?
No, anytime I cast the regular blessed strikes is adding my wisdom modifier to cantrip for damage. Improve blessed strikes is whenever I cast a cleric cantrip that deals damage, I can give plus 10 temporary HP to myself or another creature 60 feet.
Ooh. That's nice.
Yeah. Also, does that give me No, it doesn't give me an 8th level spell slot yet. Ugh.
Oh. Poor baby.
Yeah, let me rule the world.
It's next level that you get.
Yeah.
8th level. It's not till 17 that you get 9th level.
We'll beat the game by then.
So you think.
Game is beaten. Good job.
Oh boy.
Are we on a break?
No, we're not. No, we're not. Everyone's just enraptured by enraptured by their potential choices. Even though I think only one of you really has choices, which is
Yeah,
Fyrn.
I'm
No, I
just
got
swapping
nothing.
out a spell.
I think I'm good. I'm set.
What feat did you choose?
I think I chose. So the question was either tough or heavy armor. Heavy armor reduces damage from piercing, bludgeoning, and slashing by my proficiency bonus, which is 5, which is pretty significant. But the other thing is tough, that just gives me more HP.
Yeah, and considering you have the plus 6 to your con,
Yeah.
Oh wait, no,
I
it's
think
just
I'm gonna-
your. It's just your. It's not based on your con, but that's good to make you a tough boy,
Yeah, I went with tough, I think.
and it
It's either
improves
that-
every time you level up.
Yeah, that's true. All right, I'll stick with that. Why not? The other thing is I could put 1 point into both wisdom and charisma and get out of the negatives. But I feel like I'm going to fail those anyway. Okay, I'm done.
Okay. You all complete your long rest. Sleep a little longer than you would have, or maybe as long as you would have if you're a late riser. And you wake up wherever you are, feeling restored and feeling like you could do it all over again. Yeah. So, you can all make your way to Jacquette's Tavern.
Where is Sal this morning?
Mike, where do you imagine Sal would have been throughout the night?
Just still at the temple.
Yeah, I honestly imagine he probably is just still sitting in the pew.
Fyrn is going to try and kind of get Sal to get up, even if it requires a little roughhousing, just to try and get him to come with us and be involved with what we're doing.
He'll actually kind of
react.
he'll actually kind of respond to it. It's like, oh, yeah, I think I might protect in that.
Job's not done yet. Follow me. And yeah, he'll just give him a big smack on the back and start walking towards the exit of the temple.
As they'll follow him.
Absolutely. Sass, you obviously wake up on the gentle
Flores.
the gentle waves underneath the Ana Flores.
I don't know. I did tell my crew to stay at the fort, so I don't know if any of them would be there.
Oh, Ty didn't listen. He's on the boat.
Cool.
Giuseppe and Gusto dressed as women and children and fled with the refugees.
This shit ain't freaking worth it.
Right, Ty, I'm going to Jacquette's Tavern. I actually have never been there, so I'm gonna leave early so I don't get lost, but I'll be back at some point. Next time, fucking just listen, alright? Go and protect yourself, please. We can always get another ship.
It's fine. Don't worry. I'm very sturdy. I would have been okay. Look, I'm getting better. I'm much braver now. Like I think that everything's all right. The ship's okay. If I weren't here, there would have been lots more problems. So you know, it's all right. Don't worry. You're still the captain.
Right. Well, don't make me issue a captain's order to make you leave. Right.
Ty kind of just like takes his hat off and like, you know, is playing with it in his hands. He's like, yeah, I'm sorry.
I very much admire your dedication, Ty, but your safety is more important than a vessel.
You're right.
Nice. I'll be back later.
Okay. Good luck.
Thanks.
Meanwhile, Clara's at Fyrn's keep, like, where is everybody?
I
Am I the
listen.
only one capable of following instructions? The teacher said.
It's not that kind of crew.
It tracks. I love it.
But anyway, you walk through the streets. You meet up with Sal and Fyrn outside of the Gloveless Cat. People have started returning to the city. Maybe those with higher wills and constitutions have already actually begun accounting for things. There are, you would notice because you would need to pass the street to go into the Lighthouse District, you would see the old entrance to the Widow's Ward. And there's a crowd gathered there. Just some of them maybe just like awe-inspired by the vista. Others who maybe are trying to account for their loved ones who may have died in the conflict. There's little to no one who probably died in the implosion, but it doesn't mean people didn't die in the Widow's Ward when the demons were fighting. Most people escaped through Balfour's exit who are still there and alive. But of course, there are casualties.
Those most people that were affected by the thing that were able to escape, thanks to Balfour and everyone, do those people remember what happened?
Yes.
Okay. They weren't in like any fugue state or anything like that.
They were certainly in like altered states, but not one that would eliminate their memory of what happened.
Okay.
Because you definitely saw people in a fugue state when you went in there. But when people were escaping, like they knew what was going on. They saw the demons.
Fyrn is going to like make his way through the crowd and kind of just like, he's like still got all of his armor on, like feeling a lot more capable now that he's had a long rest. And like he's rushing towards Jaquette's tavern, but as he goes, he has to stop and help people. Like if somebody is like crying to him, he says like, or like if he sees a soldier, he's going to be like, start taking a list of missing people. Make sure there's like keep people away from the giant cliff face drop so they don't like push somebody over with all the chaos. Just like any obvious dangerous things or things that he like can't wait, he'll have to address before, which might slow him down a bit.
Yeah, there's definitely like a few soldiers who are just like participating in the crowd. They're just watching that. Like when you talk to them, they kind of like kick into gear and they're like, oh yeah, we need to make sure this is safe. And head to the front and decide to kind of create a perimeter, not telling people to leave, but making sure nobody in the tumultuous crowd slips or falls or does anything silly. But you would all make it to Jaquette's tavern.
Fyrn would just bang on the front door loudly.
It's immediately opened by, I imagine, one of like your spies who's immediately like irritated that the door was being banged on.
And you would walk into a hive of activity as the map that was previously in the den, the lair below, is up here now. The tables have all been changed. Imagine Balfour is there. Jaquette's already called in the captain of the guard to speak with Fyrn, and he's like he's a little like patched up, like clearly had someone like wrap his wounds, but he's like kind of not barking orders, but he's like, okay, so I think we should probably do Fyrn was talking about doing something here, so let's get that started. And my friends, as he walks over leaning heavily on the doorway scepter, as he goes, how are you feeling after a good night's sleeps? I feel like I'm finally done with that whole resurrection bullshit that was addling me.
I definitely feel better, but everything still feels very heavy.
Well, in my experience, action helps move the mind and protect you from the dark thoughts. As he just gives an empty smile.
Do you have any drinks as well? I could use a drink.
Of course. What was the bugbear's name? Anders. Anders! And the bugbear will make you a nice drink.
Yeah, it's very sparkly and fizzy, and tastes of pleasant tropical fruits.
It's delicious. I'm gonna need 3 more of these.
Don't overdo it. It's still the morning, and we have a lot of work to do.
It is impressive to see the machinery of Jaquette's spy network, and like you guys haven't seen it before. Like not only that, but you guys never like went into the den to see like them truly working. You only heard what they found from Jaquette.
And like previously, like the den was much quieter than this.
Correct.
Like Jaquette has brought in other folks, and now it's the subterfuge is gone. So plans are openly spoken about. There's no code names. There's no like secret rendezvous. It's just all literally out on the table, as the table has documents all over it. And I imagine that Fyrn just easily steps right in.
Yeah, because it's easily, the best way to describe it is a fusion of the den and Fyrn's like war room, where all your resources are now like centralized and working synergistically.
Jaquette, Fyrn, this is fucking impressive. What you've built while I was gone. It's impressive.
What we've built, you were a part of it until you had to. No, we as in all of us. He gestures to the 3 of us and then looks at Sal and is like, yeah, I guess you do. By proxy.
Yeah.
By proxy.
It was the money that we earned adventuring together that made all of this possible, so you're just as much, a part of it as we are.
I appreciate that. So what are we thinking? What's next?
I'm gonna get back to the danger zone, just tell people to relax, start working with maybe we could spend some money from Koboko, get some supplies for repairs and perhaps put up some sort of fencing or protective zone to make sure people stay away from what remains of the Widow's Ward before we decide, what we're going to do. There's going to be a lot of people returning to the city. Some might not, but there will be an influx of people that might have lost their homes. We're going to need to renovate, and maybe we can use some of that extra space, abandoned areas in the Lighthouse District as temporary lodgings for those who are, who were affected by this. I don't know. There's a lot to think about. It is too much for me. I just need to get my hands out there and start working.
Do you think we need to, I don't know, for people who are coming back, do you think we owe them an explanation?
We'll get
They'll
the
hear
news out there. And yes, they'll hear it. But first, we need to help them because right now there's no one else besides us. And, maybe at this point Emil walks in because he's also there to help, unless he's fled.
No. Emil would have come with the guard captain because him and the guard captain would not have fled. If anything, the entire time that you guys were in the demiplane, Emil and the guard captain were probably spending that entire time trying to convince the rich to leave the Admiralty Court, because the rich of the town were all like, it'll never reach us. You guys will protect us, and I'm not going to sleep in the woods with the peasants. But he and the guard captain would have come together.
Classic Admiralty Court.
Yeah, maybe if as a show goodwill, perhaps we can do some fundraising from people in the Admiralty Court who've seen this chaos. There might be some sympathy for, those who need it.
You clearly don't know the rich.
Emil
it couldn't hurt to try.
Emil would speak up at this and say, truthfully, I'm, with the assistance of the guard captain and hopefully with you all, will be trying to gather representatives from the Admiralty Court to use this as a warning to what happens when you ignore the needs of the greater city. But truthfully, with the syndicate gone, the governor has a clear pathway in. And I know the governor will want his shiny face on the repairs of Hyven.
He's not even here. We're the ones doing all the work.
He couldn't come. And he was more likely to come with a Zon fleet if he thought this city was taken by an enemy. But now there's nothing blocking it. And this is where, the more insightful of you all, Jacquette, the danger, so to speak, to Emil's agenda is gone. And now his agenda is taken over, most likely, by the governor's agenda. Doesn't mean he's a bad person suddenly, but he's reverted to what his normal orders are, which is spreading the influence of the governor.
But what about the AEC?
The AEC is still a problem, but the governor's support and authority will be, with my report, likely to. And there's a breakdown in his new assuredness. kick them out. And he says that very unconfidently.
Fyrn
It's like
looks-
in his head, it's like, oh yeah, Avenir is part of the governor's territory.
Mm-hmm.
The Avenirians are... You're right, Jaquet. The Avenirians are still a problem.
Fyrn's gonna put lean over to Jaquet and just quietly whisper in his ear, trying to not let anybody else hear, and say, with Mr. Greaves gone, control over the docks must be contended. We should do what we can to get control. That's where the money is. That's what the governor's gonna want up and running as fast as possible. If we have control, then he has to deal with us.
And we know just who to talk to.
Referring to Winifred Teague, the harbor master.
Yeah, who has no master now.
I think we're gonna need a new one.
Maybe we do. One with a brother who's currently without a shop.
Fyrn just nods to you and then says, I'm off to start construction. Get me in touch with the men from Kobo Co. It's time to work. I look to Sal and just say, come on.
Sal just kind of looks to everybody else, seeing if they have any requests for him.
I'm a little buzzed, so just raise my glass.
Yeah, Sass
And
drank that
starts
drink
to
way
hear-
too fast because it was so tasty.
Mm-hmm. And I'm
Did not have
gesturing to
breakfast.
Anders for another one.
Then Sal will follow Fyrn.
Sal and Fyrn can go, and Emil will actually go with you to connect you with the Koboco representative, who's actually worked mostly with Koboco. Has actually worked almost entirely with Emil on their projects here, other than the stuff they've built for you. Once it came to actual city management, they were, getting their permits, getting all of their approvals from Emil, so that he would be the one that they would coordinate with. So he would be the one to bring you to whoever.
Fyrn wants to cut as much red tape as possible, Sean, and basically dump his wallet at this problem. So I just so you know, I have 7,965 silver. And he'd basically invest as much as he'd have to just get things going, and take it from there. Hopefully people will donate. He'll reach out to Emil and say if there's anything you can do, or see what you can do with crowdfunding, like I said before, and just typically priorities are going to be getting up safety precautions, getting a gate, a small gate that goes around the area of a steel beams or something, so people don't fall in. And then from there, I think his main priority is just going to be cleaning up debris, and then using whatever he can in the lighthouse district to begin repairing more homes and creating more livable space.
Yeah, absolutely. So Koboco is going to agree to these services. You don't need to spend silver. Emil is going to use the what remains of his governor coffers in what way he thinks is best. And given that there's no Commodore here, and his office is kind of in charge of the whole city, he rushes these projects, and the priorities that are given to you by Koboco are similar to what you're saying. It's one, build a barrier around the wreckage, and then 2, the controlled demolition of buildings that are unsalvageable on the sheer side of it, to, able to get recycle any resources of those buildings, but also to make sure anything that is unstable is surveyed, so that they know in repairs what the actual buildable spaces are there. Koboko is already undergoing a project of revitalization in the Lighthouse District, so they just kind of fast track that. It's obviously going to take a while for those kind of constructions, even for Koboko, because it is so much space.
Sure.
And the main priority for Emil is housing for Widow's Ward refugees who don't have a home to return to.
And as Fyrn's done in the past, he also opens up his fortress for those who need homes or just a roof under their heads, sort of thing. He basically puts away all the nice china and stuff and says anybody who is affected by this tragedy can come and stay here free of charge. We'll serve food as much as we can afford to share. There's a small farm on the farm, but on the forge, but it's not gonna feed all these people. So he does what he can, small bits, but it's basically just a warm fire for people if they need it.
So they begin all of these things. One, Koboko just starts to put up very makeshift barriers wherever there's an access point to there, while they make up the plans for a more permanent fencing. And they send
blocking off the sewer tunnels, because I'm sure they just get into nothing. We don't want water leaking out of the sewers. It's
definitely a complicated survey that they're going to have to do. So they begin with the priority of safety, as Koboko is known to do, and then begin their what will be not a day. It'll probably be a couple of weeks of surveying, even at their pace. The survey is actually probably going to take longer than some of the construction, because Koboko obviously has accelerated construction. That's their whole shtick. But this will be a significant investment of Koboko into Hyven, which was their plan all along, to make themselves the primary build construction company of the town.
I also want to say that if I'm not spending my money on the renovations and stuff, I would probably also increase the money that I'm giving to adventurers and stuff. Typically, the people who work for me, earn their own cut and then pay me a portion of it. But I think during these trying times, I'd probably, give them higher bonuses and try and recruit more as I'm working. Any able-bodied people that are living in the fortress, I would say, if you think you can handle it, come work for me. We'll feed you and give you a salary, and you'll be able to help your community more.
Yeah, absolutely. Jacquette, Sass, what are you doing during Fyrn's planning with Emil and Koboko?
I will have another drink, but I would also like to step outside for a moment before I continue. I'll be a part of whatever needs to be done inside, but I'd like to step outside and see if I can chat with one devil and see, just check in. I still have my mug, and as I take a swig, I think, and how are you feeling this morning? Yep.
Before we jump into that, Jacquette, what are you doing?
So Jacquette had looted some items from a certain Shadowmancer, and I was hoping to get some clarity on those. Specifically, how much coin did I get off his purse? what the spell focus is, those rings, and then, of course, the small leather-bound book.
Okay. One moment.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just do some quick math.
Math is fun. It's so great. I love it when it's 68.
In large form coin, so gold and electrum, or not electrum, platinum. It comes out. It comes out to 20,000 silver. Certainly one of those, like, the amount of money is fitting towards the achievement, but not necessarily makes sense for Dalen to just walk around with 20,000 silver.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. I ain't complaining.
What is it? Oh my god, I've been mute.
20,000
It's
silver.
what Jacquet looted, and no one else thought to loot.
Because people were thinking for their lives.
Don't get any ideas, this son.
The rings, you know, there's enough people here in time to figure them out and do the hour-long identify for each one.
Mm-hmm.
They are connected rings. They are from Flea Mortals. It is the Sun Eater's Mind is one ring, the square one, and the Sun Eater's Soul is the other one.
So it's Sun Eater's Mind.
Mind.
Okay.
Sanida's mom.
Are those just in like the magic items in the back, or is it?
I think they should be because they exist as items in Flea Mortals. Yes, you can just find them in the inventory management.
Cool.
They're both very rare rings. The spellcasting focus is a +2 spellcasting focus. It has like shadows imbued in it, the magic of darkness, which allows the user to while wearing the ring, they can they gain dark vision up to 60 feet. If they don't have dark vision, then their dark vision, or if they already have dark vision, it extends their dark vision by another 60 feet. It gives advantage on stealth checks made to hide. And it allows the person to use a bonus action to extend a blade of shadow from their hand and they can wield it as a short sword that deals necrotic damage instead of piercing. And it can't be disarmed.
Oh.
That one doesn't exist as an item.
It doesn't?
Well, there is an item that is like it, but it's not also a +2 spell focus. There's an item in Flea Mortals called the Ring of Scarlet Shadows, but I made it a spell focus instead of a ring.
Ring of Scarlet Shadows?
Correct. So that item can be used as a placeholder for now. Because it'll be pretty easy to just make this item from that item.
Right.
And just take away the curse and add the
Oh, there's a curse?
yeah. And then the journal, you can open up in it at, I'm not going to get too specific, but give you the gist of what you've gotten from this. And it is careful notes written by Dalen about tasks that he would have been completing for Mr. Greaves. Like just flipping through it, you find all of his notes from the Billowgrass Arc.
Mm-hmm.
You find meditations on magic, and particularly that Dalen seems to have been responsible for connecting Mr. Greaves to Enkronosh, and that Dalen himself seems to have been a worshipper of Enkronosh, not a warlock. He didn't get his powers in that way, but dabbled in that sorcery, fusing. He's sort of turned himself into a sorcerer. Like he wasn't born with the shadow sorcery, but through great will infused his body with the shadow. There's also some notes about Halcyon in there.
Fantastic.
And it'll be the kind of thing where for you, for what this item will give you, other than that general knowledge, is basically like an advantaged history check or religion check that you can do using the book to gain knowledge about those topics. Enkronosh, Halcyon,
Okay.
Mr. Greaves' operations, and Dalen himself as a person.
Gotcha.
You can propose basically like any kind of check to use the book, and you would have advantage on that if it makes sense for you to use that skill. Mainly intelligence-based skills.
Right.
Gonna use acrobatics to throw the book at someone.
You
With
throw
advantage.
the book, it hits the person's head with advantage, and you gain insight into Dalen somehow.
Cool.
But before I jump over to SAS, even though Alex isn't here yet, I do think we can take a short break.
Okay.
So we will be back shortly, friends. Please stick around, and we'll see you soon. Welcome back, everybody, to Adrift in Aldhalor. Our heroes have begun doing what they can in Hyven to make sense of what's going on, figure out their next plan, as well as help the people here. Where we left off, Sass is reaching out to Ro. So, Sass, you asked, how are you doing, right? I believe.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
take a sip. Take a sip of water.
All right.
What are you eating? Cake?
No. Popcorners, chips.
Oh, I love those.
Those are good.
So good.
You can get
I love you.
the box of 30 of them at Costco. It's fantastic.
It's like little bags or like big bags?
Little bags. It's actually really a good deal. So it comes out to like 50 cents a bag,
Yeah.
which those are like $2 or $3 at a store.
Yeah. That's
Alex
really
isn't here, so we need Sean to have the Costco read this week.
Right. So
Could you imagine we were
I-
sponsored by Costco? We just had to
Oh my
fit
God.
Costco into D&D.
just get out of here.
I would wear this Costco sweatshirt every session.
Be
Costco.
like, I know I don't like eating, but you know what I can go for right now is a chicken bake.
You know what? You know what? $1.50 hot dog with a soda, best deal of all time. Costco, the bag of holding for real life. Anyway.
I'll give this session 3 big booms.
For Costco, guys. Anyway. Saskia.
You done? You done?
Yeah, I think so.
get
Well,
it all out.
I don't know. We'll see what Ro has to say. Anyway, you're outside.
Yes. Outside.
Imagine like leaning against the fence at the front yard of the Gloveless Cat
Mhm.
with your mug. You ask,
No
how are you
thanks.
doing?
How are you feeling this morning?
Oh, not too shabby.
Sorry, just... No, I don't like that. As you're doing this, you would distinctly feel Ro's presence in the way that you didn't in the demiplane. But it seems as though it's come back now. It didn't like come back the second you stepped out of there. It came back with you calling for him here. And you feel that immediate mind meld again.
Mhm.
And with that mind meld, you immediately feel excruciating pain across your chest.
Oh, what the fuck? What have you been up to? Jesus Christ. Oh.
And you see he then leans against, his sort of body comes out of yours and leans against the fence as well. He looks ragged.
Yeah.
You can see there's like bags under his eyes. He's pale. There's blood all over his tunic. And you can see like he had a big gash scar across his chest. It looks like there's another one now that bisects that gash, and it has these infernal stitches all the way up that are glowing red. You can see it's like oozing this like green noxious material. As he just sort of leans against the fence, and he just... I have been better in the past.
Fucking sake. God. I tried to, I don't know if you felt it, but I tried to contact you when you were in the demiplane and you were fucking screaming. What happened?
Oh, well, you can only escape the auditors of hell for so long before they discover your practices. It seems Enkronosh, the old son of a bitch, is leading a campaign against me.
You in particular, or just everyone?
Oh, me in particular.
What did you do?
I helped you.
Oh, sorry. I guess.
I've always been a thorn in the diadem's side, which means it won't take much convincing from him, probably, to get them to turn against me as well. Which means, Saskia, I have limited time here in the hells before I and my eternal soul is cast into the void to suffer for eternity.
And we don't want that, right?
No, we don't. At all.
So, lay it on me. What do we need to do?
Well, Saskia, you know me. I am not one without irons in the fire. I am conceiving of a plan. I'll take a few things to connect that hopefully will connect to provide me with strength. And then hopefully that strength will allow you to honor your end of the deal.
Okay. Is there anything that I need to do in the meantime while you're working on those connections?
Perhaps you should research the closest hell gate to where you are. We will need a hell gate.
I'm assuming that's where you're gonna come through.
The name surmises that, yes. Gate to hell, I'm in hell.
All right.
Open the gate, I can come out of hell, given the right
Jesus,
attunements
fuck, I
to the
just-
gate.
Okay. Glad to see that whatever
Sorry, it's
happened,
been a
didn't-
bleak 24 hours, Saskia. I needed to bring a little levity to it, and you're my favorite person to have levity with.
Fucking honored.
Well,
Right.
Chocolate's pretty good
Research.
too.
The nearest Hellgate. Can do.
I offer my condolences for Septimus.
Yeah, it fucking hurts. A lot.
I see. And he kind of he turns and leans on his side and looks at you now, instead of looking in the same direction as you. I see from your thoughts in your mind that you're planning to find a way to bring him back.
If it's possible, it seems impossible, but Jacques seems to think that there's a sliver of hope.
I
I don't.
sliver of hope. Well, it would require a true resurrection or a wish spell given the destruction of his body at the hands of Jacques.
Wasn't his fault.
I know.
Where do we even look for something like that?
Well, creatures or individuals of extraordinary power.
Such as yourself?
It's possible. Not guaranteed. But I know your friend Fyrn wouldn't like that.
Yeah, but I think he'd like having Septimus back more than he wouldn't like it.
Of course, it would require Septimus to agree as well, his boundless soul, given it hasn't been ground into mulch by Machina, whatever they do in their religion. Fertilizer.
Do you think his soul is still there?
All souls remain. It's your gift, our gift, is Ulma. Non-Ulma immortals have something different, not quite a soul, a permanence that's different. But you all are gifted with souls that are consumable, but not destructible. Septimus is out there somewhere, in some form.
That's comforting. Really. No, that's... I'm glad, and I hope wherever he is, his soul isn't suffering. He's a good person.
That I can't guarantee, but it's out there. He smiles. But he's probably doing okay.
He's probably what?
Doing okay.
I hope so. It just hurts, losing a friend.
I understand. I've lost many friends. And some of them their souls.
And are we going to talk about the fact that you lost a fucking child at my hands?
I didn't want to. I wasn't going to bring it up. But we're past that, Saskia.
I really don't think that we are. We don't have to have the conversation now, but I don't feel like we're past that. I don't feel like we've talked about that enough. I don't like that you didn't tell me.
There's not much I can say here. Like I said in the temple, you shouldn't be concerned with me. You should be concerned with her mother.
That's another thing I want to talk about at some point. Who she was and if I should be worried.
Oh, you should be worried.
Does she even
And given
know who I am?
given my weakened state, I may not be able to protect you as much as I have been. Oh, she knows who you are for sure. She knows Jacquet as well.
Oh, good. What?
She
Wait,
really
what?
knows everybody, ultimately. I'm I really must go, Saskia. I have dealings. I will be present, but I have work to do, as you all do, with your little city project.
Right. Well, I'll start the research, I guess.
That's a good girl. And he pats you on the head and disappears into your body.
I will finish the rest of this drink and go back in for another one.
Jacquet cuts you off.
No.
Choose your limit until after 7.
Oh, what? Why? I'm fine. One more. 3. Make it 3, please. Please, I need 3.
The third one will give you poison, and then you'll be at disadvantage for all your ability checks. Is that what you want, Saskia? Is that what you want?
We're not
To
fucking
drown your
fighting.
sorrows in disadvantage?
We're not fighting anything today, and yes, I'd like a little bit more, please.
Your wish.
And Jacquet gestures for Anders to give her another one if that's what she wants.
As he's shaking it up.
Thank you very much.
So, Iron Man, is there anything you'd like to do specifically? I know, Fyrn, you're probably fairly busy throughout the day in your projects. But after identifying those items, Jacquet, is there anything particular you're looking to do?
So I think Jacquet would have sent out one of his spies early in the morning to track down the De Leon brothers and Winifred Teague. If the no, he just wants to know where they are.
Yeah. Easy enough to do. It'll take a better part of the early afternoon for them to find them. Your spies found that Winifred is... they actually find her as she's re-entering the city with another group of refugees who are coming back from Fairhold. So they do find her. The De Leon brothers, they do not find.
Okay. Jacquet will grab Saskia
Okay, I'm done
And-
now.
Sass, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Sure. 21.
All right, you stave off the disadvantage poison condition, but you know if you had one more drink, you would not even have a roll. You would just get disadvantage.
Fair.
Grabbing her and heading out the door. Jacquet now having a nice new ring on his finger. This black glass ring with shifting shadows underneath it, as he is attuned to the Sun Eater's mind. We'll say to her,
Come on, we have to go see an old friend.
Okay. That's pretty. Pointing to your ring. What's it do?
Thank you.
Does it do
think-
anything?
was this the one Dalen had on?
Yes.
Thanks. I took it off Dalen's cold, dead corpse.
Cute.
I think so. If anyone tries to fuck with me in spells, it'll help me get back at them 100-fold.
Nice. Cool.
Anyways, we're gonna go see Winifred.
Oh, okay. Cool. What's our objective?
You can stay back here if you're not feeling up to it.
No. I need something to do. What's
Yeah,
our
you could
objective?
stay here and drink because that seems to be what's on your mind right now.
Jacquet, what's the fucking objective?
We need to make sure that the docks are friendly to us and not to the governor. Not to say that we're at war with the governor, but I just want to make sure that Hyven has its independence and has some leverage.
Are we still trying to do the vote thing?
I don't know. I don't know if this city is capable of enacting a vote, but regardless, we need to work to heal it and get back to a place where it can safely act as our base of operations, because Enkronosh, as we now know, is out there and is working his own machinations.
Here's a crazy idea. Do you think... I don't know. Maybe it's stupid, but do you think in a more sober state, do you think I could run the docks? It's stupid, I know.
Saskia?
I know it's I shouldn't have even mentioned it.
You are many things, but tethered to one location. If you ran the docks, you'd have to be there every day from dawn to dusk, administering, clerical work, making sure that everything runs ship and shape.
Yeah, that sounds fucking awful. Never mind.
Now, being in charge of a fleet, I think you would fit in perfectly there.
I like that idea.
Running a spelunking group, sure. I don't know, exploring clouds, yeah, I'd pick you. Running a dock, you have other strengths.
I could tell people what to do at the docks and make somebody else. I could be like the dock supervisor, not the actual person that's there all the time.
We don't do middle management here.
No middleman in
Have
Jacquet's
command the
Hyven.
better.
Right, all right. Let's go. The walking will help.
Okay.
Those are delicious.
so-
what the fuck is in those drinks? They're so good.
Alcohol and sugar, I think.
Excellent.
As we'll head down to Winifred's office.
Yeah. Your spies already alerted her that you wanted to meet with her, so she is expecting you. And
I don't want her to know we're coming.
then they didn't alert her.
That spy's fired. No, just... Yeah, Jacquet would have wanted
you see
eyes,
this junior spy is like,
information.
oh no.
He's got the baleful down. He's like, I've killed my friend with this, and I'll kill you too.
Jacquet just starts growing more paranoid. But easy enough, you find her kind of in a similar state to other people. She's kind of like trying to find something to do there, and what she's chosen is trying to like find the captains of these ships and account for them. Because if there's a dead captain somewhere and there's just a ship here, she has to figure out the administrative task there. She's kind of just gone into neutral, like, what would I be doing regardless of my boss's wishes? So easy enough, you can walk up to the large Goliath woman as she is just reading through her ledger, while the very few dockhands who've returned to work, because most of them just didn't show up for work today, are kind of like running about the docks, trying to catch people also before they like leave. Because the one thing you'll notice is that a lot of ships are preparing to leave. And trying to either, one, make sure that the coin is paid that they owed for being here, despite what happened, and also trying to convince them not to leave. And that Hyven isn't a dangerous place where you can't do your business. But she sees you walking up. There's an immediate look of like just a sigh as she's like, how can my day get worse? Oh, Jacquet Touchard. Mr. Touchard, what is her voice?
I think she talked like this.
Mr. Touchard.
Pennywise?
Mr. Touchard,
Hey, boy.
What do you want?
Ah, Winifred, it's been...
Kiss me, fat boy.
Ah, Winifred, it's been too long, my friend.
I assume what happened over there was the doing of Iron and Mana.
You know what you do when you assume? You're usually right. When it comes to Iron and Mana's successes.
And I am assuming that Mr. Greaves is gone?
Yup.
That is a doornail.
Right. I haven't run these docks clean in a very long time. And now I have no overlord. What do you want?
I want to see if you remember how to run a clean dock. And if you remember where your loyalties at the end of the day should truly lie.
And where should my loyalties lie, Jacquet Touchard?
He kind of just kicks the boards of the dock and then like kind of looks up towards the Merchant's Row, the Admiralty Court, and the lighthouse.
To Hyven. To the city that lets you be who you are. Lets you run the docks as you do.
And you see she's surprised at this answer. She fully expected you to immediately try to force her to be loyal to you exclusively. Just Hyven.
Yeah.
You're the one here every day making sure everything runs smoothly, so why shouldn't you be loyal to the city and to yourself?
How long have you lived here, Winifred?
Almost my whole life.
And how many friends, family, do you know that you're close with that have called this place home for decades, centuries even?
Many. And she gets sad. Like she sniffles, like she's tearing up. There's no tears, but she's like holding in emotion.
When we first met months ago, I probably would have walked up here and told you to swear fealty to me, right? That's what you were probably expecting, right? But we've learned, me, Saskia, Iron and Mana, that Hyven is our home. And just like all of you, we want what's best for it. And I don't know if you've heard what we've been saying the past few weeks, but there's something coming. And Hyven needs to be ready for it. We are uniquely positioned to be a bulwark against what is coming. And after that, to be a paragon for all the realm to see what is possible. You can say that these are just the fancy words of a bard, and they are, but they're backed up by the conviction of seeing some really fucked up shit. And after what we saw in the Widow's Ward, the shadows that loom there, I just want to make sure we're ready, and that Hyven, as a team, is unified.
Give me a persuasion roll.
With advantage.
Can I nod? Like,
Are you
next to him
proficient in persuasion,
reassuringly?
Sass?
No.
Then no.
My charisma is
All
really
right.
high, though.
That's great for you.
Well, that's a 24, the lowest I can get. So
I wasn't too concerned. Sometimes we just have to have Jacques roll, even though we know he's probably going to succeed.
Flexing for no reason.
We got to roll dice sometime in this game. She looks to the two of you, and then she pushes back her chair, stands up, and goes to the back corner of her office, where she opens up the floorboard where you guys know her safe is. When she opens it up, she pulls out several sacks of coin that she puts on the back table. She looks to both of you and says, "For a long time now, I've been putting away silvers and golds. Get the fuck out of this city. To get away from the mess that was created by all these players. And what you're telling me is by helping you in the city, I can get my home back before all of the mess. Gods. What else could be worth going clean for?" You have my support. And if you see it fit, I will make these docks what they could be.
We love to hear it.
And I think you've got a volunteer if you need some free labor, Jacques says, pointing to Saskia.
First of all, I will help if I can have a prime spot on the dock for my ship.
Well, given the amount of people who are fleeing the city in their vessels, that's an easy thing to give you.
Wonderful. I reach out my hand to shake hers.
She
We
goes
have a
in.
cord.
She shakes your hand and then offers the hand to Jacques to shake.
he reaches out, shakes it.
Tygon busts through the window. No, No, don't shake before we talk about terms. What did I miss?
She looks at you both as she finishes shaking Jacquet's hand, and she breathes in this like sigh of relief. Like you oddly took a lot of weight off her shoulders. She says, "It's nice to live in a city where an honorable shake of hands means something again."
I'm glad that we can help bring it back to that. If there's anything you need from us, anything we can do to help, Iron Mana is here, as I'm sure you know. But there was something I actually wanted to ask of you quickly. The De Leon brothers. Any idea where they might have gone?
Rolled well. If I know anything about those brothers, while everyone was fleeing out the old gate district, they probably took themselves out to sea. They have their own little private wharf area. I wouldn't be surprised if they're out there. She looks out to the horizon. Don't know if they're a mile off the coast, or maybe they're taking shelter in some of the small island chains. It could be out at the Avant-Garde Rocks, the slumps. No one goes there. It's a good hideout. I wouldn't be surprised if they've been using it for years, given their operations, given that Mr. Greaves couldn't squeeze out exactly how they smuggled or where their operations were. The Avant-Garde. Avant-Garde. No, and Avant-Garde Rocks. Well, anyone from the area would, they would way more often be called the slumps. If you look at the old map from a million years ago, there are those like 3 islands off the coast of Hyven. That's the slumps.
Okay. Cool.
Just curious. We have not unfinished business with them, but I like to keep track.
Well, you left a powerful void. Power for the criminal scene of Hyven. I don't think those of us coming back from Fairhold have crime in our minds right now in this situation, but once the city's repaired, crime always finds a way of coming back. If there's
Of course, and
places for it to take root, and the De Leon brothers had ambitions against Mr. Greaves, and now that there's no Mr. Greaves, and no one really to take control of smuggling, they'll be back. I'm almost certain of it.
I look forward to seeing them when they return and be discussing on how we can make crime work for everyone. Don't give me that look, Saskia.
It's just a weird phrase.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if the governor's fingers start gripping Hyven soon, given that the threat he was probably somewhat aware of is gone.
That's one of the reasons we came to talk with you, to make sure that if there are complications, we can rely on you to work in Hyven's best interest. Not necessarily Alfdal's best interests, if you know what I mean.
And she kind of composes herself from being emotional a moment ago, despite the genuineness between you two. Like, she's still a very guarded person, and she kind of puts those walls back up that are absolutely easier for you to bypass, but are still exist. So my allegiance to Mr. Greaves might have been largely out of fear, but it doesn't mean I didn't agree with the sentiment that Haven deserves to guide its own future. So, and she looks to Saskia. In your words, we have an accord there.
I've always wanted to say that.
But
Jacquet turns to leave, and as he walks out, holding the door open for Sask,
Technically correct.
He'll look back to Winifred and says,
Anytime you're thirsty, you're always welcome at the Gloveless Cat. I think I owe you a drink.
I think you're right. Well,
And whenever you need some help, just send word. I'll be here.
there'll certainly be help needed in the next coming months. Just got to make sure these ships don't all leave forever and Haven becomes a dry port. But I think if plans you all have for the city come to fruition, hopefully it will be a paragon, as you said.
That's the goal.
Well, good day to you all. Got a lot of work to do. Toodaloo! Toodaloo!
As we're walking, I assume we're walking back to the tavern.
I think Jacquet might just start putzing.
Just putzing. All right. Well, as we're putzing, did you mean what you said, Jacquet, that this is our home?
Well, I'm definitely not going back to Domuzerum. And I don't know about you, but Sarkanto wasn't really my vibe. Billowgrass was pretty boring. So
I really liked hearing that. I liked that we have a place. We're together, and it's, I don't know, that was nice.
Yeah, he says as he's like turning away from her. Maybe a bit of color going to his cheeks. And he's like, yeah, and when we're together, we're always home, right? And home is where the heart is. And as he
Yes,
picks up his
all
pace a
of
little
that.
bit.
Okay. When you're putzing,
We're putzing. We're putzing.
you would notice a large presence of AEC artificers outside of their headquarters, creating a perimeter around it. They're not doing anything. They're not interacting with crowds or anything. There's a perimeter set up. They've heightened their security.
What do you think the motivation is for that, Jacquet?
I think the motivation is that they're taking orders from Enkronosh. They don't probably know it. But also they just saw a singularity explode in the middle of the city that they're stationed in.
Are we still trying to get in there? Oh, that was a thing a while back. Is that still? Are we still trying to do that? Do we add that to our agenda?
Not at the moment, no. But the AAC's presence here is an unwelcome one. I think with the governor's arrival, we can finally pry it out. But I don't know if we're in a position to do it by ourselves at the moment.
Right. They just stick out like a sore thumb, don't they?
I mean, the uniforms, come on. All black, it's tacky. It's tacky.
And it's just like, You're by the sea. Like, have some fucking color.
Preach, girl. I hear you.
It is a pretty brutalist structure amidst the like very like colorful aesthetic of Hyven.
It's like they want to be intimidating.
Well, everything's a show, isn't it?
Hey.
But you would sort of catch up with Fyrn as he's kind of like finishing up giving the last sort of orders and discussions with Emil and Koboko, and like Fyrn, you can trust that they're undergoing what you've agreed with them, and to the point where you can trust like stepping away from it to go join your friends, and you all meet outside of the Gloveless Cap.
How's everything looking, Fyrn?
It's not great. They really did a number on us this time. I'm ashamed that we couldn't do more. It seems that we've been working for months to make this place safer, and well, look what good it did us.
I'd say that it's a hell of a lot safer now. Sure, the square footage of Hyven has shrunk a little, but the Syndicate's gone. Greaves, gone. Enkronosh's corruption here, mostly gone. I'm sure there's still some lingering threads, but
It's gonna take time to build it back up, but I think we can do it.
Not a question of if we can do it, it's that we must. The people of this city deserve better. Just wish that they would recognize all the effort that we've put in and give themselves, more credit. So many people ran away when all the fighting began. I just wish that there were more people who could stand up and protect this place the way we do.
not everyone's a fighter like us, Fyrn. And that's why we need to be here. And I see your points, and I think through your efforts, you'll get that force of fighters dedicated to Hyven. But you can't hold it against the people. It was fucking scary. Hells, I was scared. A little bit, not too much.
It's okay to be scared.
I
was
know.
too. But we had a great conversation with Winifred. We're gonna get the ducks up and running.
You think we could trust her?
Yes.
Without a doubt. No insight needed. By the way, and Jacquet's going to take out 2 coin purses and toss them to Fyrn and to Saskia, and you'll find 5,000 silver pieces in them for each of you.
What's this from? /4.
Oh, well, it feels wrong since I didn't technically kill Dalen, and I don't actually remember who did. But I found it on his cold, dead corpse. The one that was lifeless, empty of a soul, shuffled off his mortal coil. It only feels right to share. And since there's only 4 of us now, it's, a lot easier. Smaller cuts.
My face falls at that.
Just kidding. I'll make a donation to the church in Septimus's name.
Which church?
The Church of the Everflame. The one that he really liked, right? That was the one that he liked? I forget.
I think so, yeah.
Despite the sorrow, there is some what at different times you may have found annoying. there is a like peace that comes from Jacquette's levity, a sense of normalcy that comes from it, even if it might be also him burying his own emotions.
How has Sal been all day? Has he just been like doing the labor?
He's a robot. Who cares?
Okay.
Excuse you.
That's why you're going to be the first to go.
I mean, Sean, I feel like you'd maybe have a better insight of what he would be essentially.
Yeah, I mean, Sal would be engaging in labor in like an automatic sense. Like similar to the people, he's just doing things to occupy his time. But every now and then, Fyrn, throughout the day with him, you would notice that he would stop, pause, and just stare upwards and towards the northwest. And just stare at the skies.
Yeah, I think I'd share that information here and just say, I'm a little worried about Sal. He's been acting kind of strange. I mean, it's to be understood, but he keeps looking just to the horizon, towards the northwest. Does that ring any bells to any of you?
Is that where Septimus' farm was?
To refresh people's memories, it has something Septimus has talked about before, where he has done that in the past, where he assumed that's where Halcyon is.
Halcyon is northwest. Septimus' farm would be just west of here.
Okay.
The only thing northwest that's relevant to Sal is Halcyon.
Okay.
What about the Selkies?
Yeah. I don't think Sal has many opinions on the Selkies.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Septimus has mentioned in the past that he,
Right.
prior to leaving, that he assumed that Sal had come from Halcyon, especially with the technological surge that was from there, and then perhaps that is what was calling to him. And I think there was a moment.
There is, yeah.
Where that Septimus was like, "We will travel there someday, so we can find out like what you're yearning for."
Yeah, because Septimus talked with him with Speak with the Machines, and he said there was almost a call coming from that location, something that feels like a call home. And then Septimus asked him, do you feel the need to go to it? And he said, no, my home is with you. But Septimus is gone. So this call may have a different effect on Sal, since he doesn't have that tether here.
So, should we be worried, since we know that Enkronosh has infiltrated Halcyon? Should we be worried about Sal?
Oh, 100%. I have no fucking clue what's going on, and I really wish Bruce was here right now because he might have some inkling of an idea of what the fuck these forces are doing. But, I don't know. Let me consult this leather-bound journal about Halcyon. Is there a different, is the Machina a separate thing than Enkronosh's corruption?
Give
I feel
me
like it's yes.
a history check with advantage.
Thanks. +2. All right, that's a 17.
In flipping through the journal, there are passages on Halcyon. Dalen's knowledge is not omnipotent of Enkronosh's will, but he did commune with Enkronosh. And from your understanding, Enkronosh has infiltrated the political body of Halcyon that is a complex bureaucracy that controls Halcyon. But it all comes to a central point of power, which is a group known as the Auguries. And the auguries have a representative from each of the eminent houses of Halcyon. The eminent houses all being descendants from the original auguries who turned Halcyon into the magocracy it was from previously being the Alumno Republic. And that this group specifically is heavily infiltrated by Enkronosh. And this group's fingers tendril through all of Halcyon. So even if it's not like Joe Schmo on the street is filled with the corruption of Enkronosh, he is affected by it due to the bureaucracy that is created in the city. This doesn't seem to have any ties to the Machina in Dalen's journal. The only mention of the Machina in Dalen's journal is a curiosity in their nature and in Machina's whisper as a cult. It seems as though Dalen, at first, like many people, just sort of poo-pooed them, thought of them as crazy people worshipping soulless automatons. Until he met Septimus. And you can even see, like, he references Septimus and says basically the quote you can pull is, "A new line of inquiry must be made into the will of Machina, considering its entanglement with the history of Halcyon." Not in the sense of, like, Machina have always, like, served in Halcyon, but that Halcyon is built upon the ruins of the culture that once created the Machina. And there's a reference to a second billowing of the horn of the Citadel. This is not something known to anyone in Alfdal, only known to those who have any connection to Halcyon and have spoken to people there recently. Everybody knows that, maybe not Sass because of her condition, of being reborn in this timeline. Everyone knows that in the history that the Machina awoke when a great horn billowed out from the floating citadel above Halcyon. Bruce and Jacques would know that the citadel that floats above Halcyon is not controlled by Halcyon. It is there's been attempts to infiltrate it and gain control of it, but it's always been rebuffed. It's sort of this like black mark on Halcyon of not, like, the one thing they couldn't conquer was this ancient citadel that floats above them, that they have no idea what's inside it. And the only thing they know is that there's some malevolent force at the peak of it, given the green magic that floats above it that doesn't really do anything. And they have constant watches on it, but they don't know a lot about it. And that's all Dalen, like, learned this from his contacts in Halcyon. Yeah.
Green magic.
Yep.
Not character knowledge, player knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
That might be reminiscent of...
Yes. The Harbinger. Carcery and the Harbinger.
Carcery. So I say Karnak, and I was like, that's not right.
That's a board game.
I mean,
but yes, they're above table.
Character,
Everyone.
I was about to say player reminders. At the end of the first campaign, there was a vignette that was given to us of somebody standing at the top of that citadel.
Mm-hmm.
And the Modrons coming to do their audit.
Yes.
BS. Was that person the seventh son?
He may have been a seventh son.
The first son?
But yes, there's
seventh son of the seventh son.
There's a giant floating fortress that no one has been inside of. Anyone who's gone inside has never returned, that Halcyon just keeps watch over. And there's probably, like, heavy propaganda amongst Halcyon where they're like, we got it under control. It's ours. It's not some other force. But yes, there is at the peak of it the green magics of Carcery. That is, again, above table knowledge. You guys really wouldn't know much about Carcery at all, because like even like the Wayward Five like didn't. Their big thing was the Pallid King. They knew of Carcery, and perhaps in their own lives after the campaign, looked into it. I'm sure Curon would have been like curious about it, but it's only in the last 30 years that there's even been contact between these planes and Sarathil. And the Wayward Five don't know. They wouldn't have known anything about Aldhalor until that contact. They wouldn't even have known where this tower was. And they wouldn't even know that the tower is involved with Carcery. All they knew was like Carcery exists, and like Curon might have even been like spending a lot of his life afterwards trying to figure out like, is this something we need to deal with, or is it contained? Now that the Pallid King is contained,
and also above table, then this could just be speculation. Is it Arden? Is it part of Arden?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought.
What's part of Arden?
The floating citadel.
And even way above table, it was in the first session ever played from Sean's mind.
That's true.
Like
the citadel. Yeah.
Ever.
If you remember, this is
It was
really
literally one of the
above
first-
table.
it was literally
The
the first
first
thing
thing
that
that
ever
ever happened in this campaign was Lay Sanctum exploded in the Kieran Dominion's capital, and their citadel floated off the ground and into the sky.
Yeah.
Stayed there.
Yeah. That rings a bell.
And
Holy shit.
Curon also had visions of the Harbinger corrupting the
Right.
seat of power of that citadel and destroying the Kieran Dominion essentially in that moment.
Good times.
Lore.
Lore.
Hey, Sean, let's go out some.
What'd you say?
I don't care about any
Who
of
are
this.
we? What's going on?
Yeah, all your characters just
How
like
can I make money?
just went through a fugue state as your avatars had a discussion.
Well, okay. Dalen's notes seem to indicate that while Halcyon is heavily influenced by Enkronosh, the connection with the Machina is non-existent. If anything, it was Septimus that first sparked Dalen's interest in the machines.
Okay. So, as you ponder the many unraveling mysteries, there is a knock on the door.
But we were outside. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we probably went inside
After you went inside
reading.
and started talking about these things.
Jacques, I imagine we're sitting at like the war table, if you will. That's basically replicated from Fyrn's, and there's the board with the map that Jacques had. And Jacques will just mage hand open the door.
When you open the door, you are all taken aback by who's at the door. It's Septimus now.
Who is it?
I was just saying, is it Septimus?
No, it's not Septimus. It is a woman in rags, dirty, head shaved, bloody, clasping a little carved wooden flute in one hand, the other hand in a
Yep.
sling with no hand,
Oh, shit.
completely bloodied, as she just sort of looks up at you with a bruised eye, and just like kind of smiles, and then collapses on the floor as the little wooden flute goes cascading across the table, the floor, covered in her blood.
Fiora.
Huh?
Yeah. I'll go help her up.
Yeah.
I was about to say she's passed out on the floor. Like she's
Yeah.
she
Who the-
Yeah.
Why is this vagrant passed out on the floor of my tavern?
It's Fjörbendega, Jacques.
What? How can you?
It's the fucking flute.
Oh,
Come on. It's the.
Fyrn
fuck?
goes over and like picks her up and like starts taking her towards like a guest room in the tavern.
no, they're fresh linens. Just put her on the bench. Let's clean her up first.
all she's semi-conscious, and all she's saying as you pick her up, Fyrn, is just like over and over. She just keeps saying, "They left me. They left me. They left me." You might indicate that, like, in the fleeing of the city, the ascendancy just left her in her cage to die.
It's all right. It's all over now. You're alive. That's what matters. We'll get you fixed up.
Jacques immediately calls for a doctor to come see to her wounds.
Yeah, easily enough, you can pull someone into whoever tended to you will tend to her. Fjörbendega escaped her prison through great hardship during the conflict in the demiplane, and made it here to the only place that she perceivably has sort of allies. Probably confused and uncertain about what was happening. But I think that is where we're going to end tonight. We'll pick up next week with Fiora and other unraveling plot points, and hopefully we can bring 2 weeks, 3 weeks because of the
3 weeks.
holidays. Yeah, we won't be able to play on Christmas Eve, of course, or the day before
Well,
Christmas Eve.
Some of us will get rid of their family if it means playing team.
Some of
Persico
us-
was
and some
willing
of
to
us
do
will
that.
not.
I almost said
Actually-
Stephanie. Stefan and I will play.
Yeah.
Do a special one shot. And then New Year's Eve we won't be playing either. So we'll be back after the holidays to unravel this mystery. We'll have Bruce back to bring in that information, and also maybe find out what happened to Septimus and what he did. But yeah, thanks guys for a good session, and I look forward to the next one.
Me too.
Yay.
All right, friends, we will see you in 2026. Bye.
Happy holidays.
Get through the holidays,
It's the holiday
and have
season.
a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Merry Kwanzaa, Happy Ramadan,
Saturnalia.
Saturnalia, which would be
Happy New Year.
celebrated today, I think, or
Yeah, I think
yesterday.
22nd.
No, I think it's the
Isn't it
16th.
solstice?
It's the 16th. It was celebrated like the 16th for a week.
That makes
was
sense.
yesterday.
So,
Happy birthday to everybody who has a birthday on any of those days.
happy all celebrations. Good night.
Happy Almost Day.
Happy Almost Day.
Happy almost day.
It's
Love
the
it.
Alma Day spirit.
Goodbye.
And
Bye.